everyone, and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. I am both super excited about today's recipe and nervous that it's not gonna turn out. But if it turns out, then I'm gonna be back to that excited part. We are going to be making Keto Krispy Kremes. We're gonna try. I made a donut recipe like 2 years ago on here, and they didn't quite come out of the donut pan, and I was told that, well, that's because when you keto everything, you need a silicone donut pan, and I still don't have a silicone donut pan. I still have a metal one. So I'm just gonna grease the dickens out of this thing, and we're gonna cross our fingers. Okay, so we're just gonna go. Here we go. It only makes 4. So, if it doesn't turn out, I only lost 4. And then, who knows, maybe next week we'll do attempt 2 for donut holes, and then I'll just do them on a baking sheet. I don't know. Let's try it as a donut first. We'll just go from there. But you can already see I'm excited and nervous. So, for the Keto Krispy Kreme, in one, they're small bowls. We're only making 4. So in one bowl, you're going to need 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, 6 tablespoons of almond flour, 1 tablespoon of xanthan gum. That'll be our binder and also keep it nice, soft, and chewy. A half teaspoon of baking powder and 2 tablespoons sweetener of choice. The person who did the recipe recommended monk fruit. I use a baking blend that has monk fruit, but it also has allulose, erythritol, and one other, but it's got a blend of all of the all naturals. So it has it in it, but it's got the allulose and other stuff in it. And then in another bowl, I have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and then I have my eggs ready to go. And that's it. So small amounts. Let's get going. I'm gonna aim the camera down for this part. And then later on, we're gonna make the glaze. Oh, and you need a Ziploc bag and a pair of scissors because it says we need to pipe them into the donut pan. I'm nervous about that too, but we're gonna do it. So here we go. So as I've stated, this has the coconut flour, almond flour, sweetener, xanthan gum, and a baking powder, and it just says to give a little whiskey. Nothing fancy here. Okay, now we need to add our wet. It looks empty, but believe it or not, there's coconut oil in it. I'm just gonna, because I don't want to make a glob, I'm just gonna break the eggs really quickly. Just send everything over at once. There's 1. And 2. Okay, I'll move the whisk over to here. Just give that. Oh, and that preheat your oven to 350. All right, so from here, just putting it into the dry mixture, and we're gonna keep whisking until it makes a batter. Well, that was very quick, guys. I don't know if you saw just literally how quickly that came to be. So, I hope that's the right consistency. We're only making 4, so, All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna meet you back here after, because I'm nervous about this step. I'm gonna put all of this mixture into my piping bag or my Ziploc bag with a hole. If you have a piping bag, well, you're gonna have more accurate results than me. I don't have one. So I'm just gonna do a Ziploc bag and cut a hole in it. And then I'm gonna grease it. So we'll see how that goes. So here we go. So that is all in here. I guess if I hold it up, I get to get that whisk out of the way. It does make pretty good thick batter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all of that into a piping bag, and I'm gonna grease this, and then we'll see how easy it is to make rounds. So I'll see you back here in just a second. Okay, I have this filled and I've greased the dickens. So let's go. All right, you can see which four I've greased. Supposedly, I can just squeeze and put them around. And I'm gonna pinch right there. I can always come back and fix it. I have no clue, but that, I mean, man, if it's like that, that's pretty easy. All of my professional cake bakers, you're probably watching and cringing. I would be too. I would be too. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out the best way to get this all to the front here since it's in a baggie. I probably should have greased the inside of the bag. Somebody can leave that in a comment. Do you ever grease your piping bags? Ooh, I want to know. Inquiring minds. Or your frosting bags. Ooh. I mean, seriously. There's got to be a good science to this, right? Okay. Okay, if I have leftovers, I'll figure out how to do it. It only makes 4. Okay. Now, I will say I just got like a teaspoon. We're just gonna kind of dabble here. Dabble there. I have a visitor, sorry. Let's see. Dabble here. Does that look good, guys? Okay. I think it looks pretty good. Not perfect, but hey, does that, I mean, for somebody who doesn't normally pipe donuts, I think it looks pretty good. So it says that we are going to bake them for about 20 minutes and then remove. I will also be checking for it to be toothpick ready. So I'm gonna stick this in. I'm gonna set it for 15 first because you can always add. When we come back, they will be in the process of cooling. While they're cooling, we're gonna be making the glaze. I'll be doing it right here on a skillet pan in front of you. And we will need brown sugar sweetener of choice, water, and 2 tablespoons of coconut oil melted. We will get that going in a pan, and then we will dip and then set it aside, and we will try our Krispy Kremes. Fingers crossed. See you in just a little bit. Okay, so the donuts ended up cooking for 15 out of the 20 minutes. I went 5 minutes less, and they're like this on the front, they're like this on the bottom. If you had a silicone pan, they would probably be like this all the way around, okay? I don't, so I'm just stating an obvious right now. I need to get myself some silicone pans. So now they're cool to the touch. So in a saucepan, I have been melting a 1/4 cup monk fruit or brown sugar sweetener, golden sweetener of choice. I actually use Swerve. A tablespoon of water and 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. We've got this pretty good to go. It's nice and bubbly. We're gonna dunk them. So here we go. We've got ours in here. And I'm just gonna grab, and we're just gonna give it a good coating on all sides, making sure that it gets a thorough coating. I'm just using like a cookie rack with a piece of parchment underneath, and using that so anything that drips will just drip onto that. Pretty easy. Smells great. Absolutely amazing. Put some in there. Okay, move this one over. 2 more to do. I've got to say, this is pretty quick and easy, guys. So, yeah, I just really need to get myself a silicone one for the keto recipes. But if these taste good, we got ourselves a winner here. Okay, one more. I might be a little bit ornery here because I've got some extra glaze. You ever gone to a Krispy Kreme factory and seen them pour the glaze directly over it? I'm debating doing that with this extra sauce. And I've got the parchment underneath. Anything that's not gonna stick is just gonna go below. Should I do it? Should I do it? So basically, you want the, I am gonna actually pour a little bit over each one. I've got this extra glaze. I'm kind of like, yeah, why not? All that'll happen is whatever doesn't soak in goes to the parchment. I just kind of envision it going through that tunnel wheel where it all goes. So there we go. I have to let them cool until they have the crunchy exterior, and then we'll test them. I hope it doesn't take too long because they smell really good. So I will be back when they are cooled and ready to eat. See you soon. All right, here we go. Nice and coated. Let's just go for a bite. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm always honest in my videos. Does this make a good glazed donut? Yes. Does this make a Krispy Kreme donut? No. I'm being honest with you guys. No. It's considered a Krispy Kreme dupe, but I will just tell you, it's not a Krispy Kreme dupe. Could it be? To me, it has that cake donut consistency. So if you like, they make glazed cake donuts. So it tastes like a glazed cake donut. So if you like cake donuts and you like a glazed topping, that's what this is like. Krispy Kremes are like airy consistency with the glaze on top. So I will label it as a Krispy Kreme dupe, but I might put a little question mark in my category because I actually think it's more like a glazed cake donut. It's still very good. It would still work as a breakfast easily, but don't get confused with a Krispy Kreme. It is not that. So I am sorry to the person who made this recipe, but it needs to be a little bit lighter and fluffier. But if you want a glazed donut, it still works for a pretty good breakfast. Honest opinion, and you can decide. If you want a glazed donut, it's a good donut. You want a Krispy Kreme, you might want to try out a different recipe. That's my 2 cents, and I'll be back next week with another video. All right, see you next time. Bye.